welcome to GB Yoga with me, Maddie. Today I'm going to teach a class I taught a few weeks back face-to-face called Duality. So I'll go into a bit more depth in a moment. I want you to first get nice and comfortable on your back, so make any adjustments to your posture. Whether you lay flat, whether you bend the knees is completely your call. And I want you to start to find some length through the back of the neck, through the spine, and then let the shoulders soften into the ground beneath them. And then your breath relax as well. Just start to observe your natural breathing patterns. And I want you to kind of, to yourself, raise your hand if you were guilty of this, which is when practicing poses in class, especially balance poses to be more specific, do you focus on lifting the leg really high? For example, in our aeroplanes, our warrior threes, tree pose, dancer. Sometimes rather than focus on the pose at hand, we think about how deep and how high we can go into the posture rather than how sustainable it might be. We go on look rather than feel. And let's face it, whether it is one of these poses, again it could be half moon, hand to toe pose, or any other pose that basically requires us to stand on one leg. Our propensity is to be preoccupied with the extended leg or the one lifted in the air. And that is the ever-present ego that we all do have. And it can overpower our best intentions to practice those wonderful lessons of yoga, the mindfulness, compassion, non-violence, patient, and present mind focus. It cajoles us into believing that the higher the leg, the more awesome of a yogi we may be. And the fact is, you will find and experience more expansion if you turn your attention to the standing leg, the leg that connects you and grounds you into the floor, the leg that connects you to the force of gravity. So duality, as I mentioned, is what we will focus on today. And so in order for the lifted leg to go higher, the more we must root deeper towards the earth through our standing leg. So just starting to deepen your breath here. Start to work into that three-part breath. So as you inhale, breathe into the belly, then the rib cage, diaphragm, all the way up into the chest, like you're bringing it to the collarbones. And as you exhale, allowing the chest, the rib cage, and the belly to fall. Now just coming back to a relaxed breath. I'm going to bend the knees if they're not already, bringing the feet firmly onto the floor. And we'll bring our hands onto our thighs. And we're going to start to push the thighs away. And with it, start to squeeze into your glutes, keep the core strong, and just start to elevate into a low glute bridge. And starting with balance from the get-go here. So with the glutes firing, I want you to move your left foot over to the right slightly and just lift your right heel.
So we're already just transferring more weight into our left leg. You can bring the hands to the ground now if that's easier for you. Just really squeezing into your left glute. Again, any knee discomfort, walk your feet further away. Maybe see if you can start to pulse through that left leg slightly. Good, then we'll release the right foot down, walk the right foot over to center, left heel raises. Squeeze into that right glute. Give it a poke if you're not sure, but you should definitely feel it starting to fire up. And then maybe adding that pulse. And then pause with it held up. Walk the feet back to their neutral starting position. So we're back into our bridge. Now again, we're going to walk our left foot slightly over, but this time we're going to lengthen our right leg straight up to the ceiling. I want you to really firm up through the glutes. We'll bring our hands up to the ceiling as well. Plug the shoulders into the floor. We'll use our right hand to draw the left fingertips back. And then flip the left palm to face down to stretch the other side. And maybe start to pulse. It's quite hard with the leg overhead. Keep it going. If it's too hard, bring the leg lower. 3, 2, 1. Shake out the wrists. We're going to lower the hips, leave the leg up, hands interlaced behind the head with the elbows in, hug the belly in. We'll take a nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, lift off the shoulder blades. Just hold it there. And then inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Now I want you to twist about an inch to your left. Keep lifting off the left shoulder. Keep pressing the head back into the hands here, then come back to center. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Twist to the left. This time extend both of your arms. See if you can press the right hand into the left thigh. Keep strong here. Hands to the head, come to center, inhale to lower. Just final one, exhale to lift. Twist to the left, extend both your arms, press the right hand into the left leg and see if you can float the left leg. Nice strong belly, hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Hands to the head, release the feet and relax. Good, hands can come back onto the thighs, press the thighs away, we'll lift the hips. Yeah, nice low bridge, squeezing into the glutes. Right foot will come over to center, left leg is going to lengthen straight up. And with the right glute on, we'll bring the hands up as well. And again, you can start to pulse maybe. If it's too much, lower the leg. But we'll start to stretch out our right wrist, so draw the fingers back to begin. And then flip the palm over. And then shaking out the wrists. We'll slowly lower the hips down, interlace the hands behind the head with the elbows in. Hug the belly in as you press the sacrum into the floor. Big inhale. Exhale, lift off the shoulders. Hold it there. Keep pressing the head back into the hands. Nice strong belly, ribcage is drawing in. And then inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. This time twist an inch to your right. Keep lifting off the scapula. Hold it there. Come back to center. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Twist to the right. Extend both arms. Reach forward. Pressing the left hand into the right thigh. Hands to the head. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Twist and extend. Press the hand into thighs. See if you can float that right foot. Really pulling in through the belly for 3, 2, 1. Hands to the head. Release the feet. And relax. So we'll draw the knees in. And we'll start to roll forward and back. Do it a nice good few times. And then when you're ready to do so, we'll come all the way up. And we're going to come straight up and over onto all fours. So bringing your shoulders directly over the wrists. and bring in your hips directly over the knees. A nice strong base. Think about the hands screwing into the floor. We're hugging the belly and rib cage in. And as you inhale, starting to drive the heart forward, lift the chest, relax the shoulders. And then exhale to round. And again, inhale. And exhale. Keep it going, inhale. And exhale. Couple more. If you need to go slower or quicker, please do be my guest. Now on your next inhale, coming back to center. And we're going to come down onto our forearms for dolphin. So shoulders coming over the elbows, palms facing down, but feel free to interlace the hands if you need a bit more support and structure here. Head is released, but we're keeping it off the floor. We're tucking the toes and lifting our hips. So a nice preparatory pose for forearm stand or Pincha Mayurasana. Keep hugging the belly in and just take a moment. Now bring your right foot over to center. I want you to shift the weight into the right leg as you lift the left. And just feel the change in the body. And it's not about how high you lift this leg, just get it off the ground. And then release the left foot down. We'll do the same, bring the right leg up. Again, don't worry about how high it goes. That duality of the grounding down through the arms here now, and that lightness and lift through the right leg. And then release the foot down. We'll drop the knees nice and wide, untuck the toes, and we'll take child's pose. And child's pose is offering us that break from asana, or that physical challenge that they can offer us. But now on your next inhale, we're going to come back up onto the hands, this time tucking the toes underneath. We'll lift the hips for our first our downward facing dog. Begin by pedaling the feet, shake out the ribs, give the head a good shake as well. Then we're going to come to center. We're going to start to find our balance. So really anchor those hips back. And I want you to come onto your right fingertips. And I want you to start to come onto your left big toe, so opposite hand to foot. Now you might stay here, or maybe you can start to lift the left leg. Now remember what I said, it's not about how high you lift the leg. I'm not going to direct you how high to lift it. You can copy me, you can go higher or lower. But I want you to find that balance. Now maybe here you can lift off your fingers, but leave your thumb down. Or maybe you can lift the hand entirely. Now it's tough. Breathe. And then releasing down. We'll come on to the other side. So coming onto your left fingertips, your right big toe. Maybe lifting the right foot. Maybe lifting your left fingers, leaving the thumb down, or maybe lifting the hand entirely. And then release. Soften the knees, give the head one more good shake and nod it up and down. And then we'll just begin to walk our feet up to the hands where we will fold. Inhale, come straight up. Exhale, send the hips back as you hinge, keep those knees bent, palms come down, right foot steps back, drop the knee, and tuck the toes, and we're going to swing the arms. So get nice and rooted through the legs. Left foot is pulling in towards you. Imagine your right knee's dragging up to the top of the mat, squeezing the glute with it. And then as you exhale, hands come down, we'll lift the back knee and we'll step back into plank. Release the knees, keep the heart open as you exhale, slowly lower, coming onto the belly. Inhale, lift the chest, relax the shoulders, pull the heart through. And then exhale for downward facing dog. Soften the knees, look to your hands, right foot steps through, left knee drops down. As is the top of the foot, we'll swing the arms. Right foot is pulling in, squeeze the left glute, drive the hip forward. And then as you exhale, hands come down, we'll step forward to fold. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back to fold, left foot steps back, release the knee, keep the toes tucked, and then inhale, arms come up. Really press into those tucked toes, drag the right foot in towards you. We'll take right hand to the left wrist, lengthen the arm up, and then take that bend over to the right. So we're just opening into that left hand side of the body. Inhale to center, hands come down, lift the back knee, step into plank, drop the knees, and then exhale and lower. Inhale, lift the chest, relax the shoulders. Exhale for downward facing dog. Soften the knees, look to the hands, left foot steps through, right knee comes down, toes remain tucked, press into those tucked toes, drive the right hip forward, left foot drags in. Inhale, arms come up. Take left hand to right wrist, we'll lengthen the arm, and then take it over to the left, opening into that right hand side. And then inhale to center, hands come down, step forward to fold. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms come up. And with it, we're going to transfer our weight into the left leg, squeezing into the glute as we lift our right knee up towards the chest. Again, how high you go here is totally up to you. I don't want you to focus on the leg we've lifted at all. I want you to focus on squeezing into that left glute, lifting from the inside arch of your left foot, keeping the core nice and strong. Now bringing your right hand to your hip, left hand to the right knee. We'll take a big inhale. And as you exhale, just twist to your right. Maybe extending your right arm behind you. The shoulders relax and just take a breath. And then we're going to start to step our right foot to the back of the mat. And we're going to come into some lateral lunges. So we're opening into the groin, into the adductors. Think about the hips going back, not the knees forward. I'm getting some movement. I like to keep moving. I don't always like to hold deep, big stretches. I like to dynamically move and open the body. This is a great way. Warming up into the groin and the hips. Now we're going to turn to the front of the mat. Left foot stays down, right heel lifts, right hand stays on the floor. We're going to twist from the ribs, bringing the left hand up. Now start to really squeeze the inner thighs together. We're going to make our right hand as weightless as possible and start to reach it all the way in front. So we're in a twisted lunge with our twisted get up. As you inhale, lengthen up. And as you exhale, deepen your twist. Last breath. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands come down, step back into plank. We'll release the knees, and then we'll exhale, come down. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale for downward facing dog. Soften the knees, look to the hands, walk, step or hop to the top. Inhale, arms come up, hold them there. Transfer the weight into your right leg as you draw the left leg up. Again, don't worry about how high you've lifted this leg, focus on this glute. Root, losing my own balance here. Root the right foot into the floor, tailbone down, front hip bones up. Relax the shoulders, breathe. Then we'll bring right hand to the left knee, left hand to the hip. As you inhale, find length through the body, and as you exhale, try and deepen your twist. Maybe extending your left arm behind. Then on your next inhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. So we're turning to the left and we're coming back into these lateral lunges. Again, send the hips back, not the knees forward. And then turn into the front of the mat. Right foot stays down, left heel lifts. Left hand comes down. We're rooting that left arm into the ground, leaning into the shoulder as the right hand comes up. And then starting to squeeze the inner thighs together. We'll make the left hand nice and light as we reach it in front. Again, continuing to hug that belly in, drive that left hip forward, big inhale. And as you exhale, try and deepen that twist. Now as we exhale, hands come down, this time step to the top of the mat to fold. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back to fold, lean into the hands, walk, step or hop to the back of the mat. Exhale and lower, maybe to the belly or hover for chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest for cobra or upward dog. And exhale for downward dog. Soften the knees, look to the hands, walk, step or hop to the top. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back to fold, lean into the hands, walk, step or hop. Exhale and lower, maybe hover. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale for downward facing dog. Soften the knees, look to the hands, walk, step or hop to the top. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back to fold, walk, step or hop. Exhale and lower, maybe hover. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale for downward facing dog. Big inhale. And then open the mouth and let it all go. One more big inhale. And exhale. Soften the knees, look to the hands, walk, step or hop. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back to fold, lean into the hands, walk, step or hop. Exhale and lower, maybe hover. Inhale to lift. Exhale for downward facing dog. So we're going to take an inhale and just lift the left leg slightly off the floor. Again, not too high. Come onto your right fingertips, maybe lifting just the fingers, leaving the thumb down, or maybe the whole of the hand. Find that balance. Root down through the foot, through the hand. Find that weightlessness through the lifted leg and arm. One more breath. Now we're going to transition into warrior one, stepping that left foot through. So you can try it from here, it's very tricky. You'll have to shuffle the foot over. Of course you can bring your right hand down to support if needed. Right heel drops in, and as you inhale, come up for warrior one. So you're going to start to root the tailbone down, squeezing into the glutes, anchoring through that back heel. One more breath. And take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, hands come down, the palms face forward. We're going to root down into our left leg. Don't worry about the right leg. It'll lift, but focus on rooting the left foot into the ground, squeezing the glute. Core is strong, heart is open. Breathe. One more breath. And then slowly come up to standing. We'll bring our right foot to the inside of the left leg. Start with a big toe on the ground. Again, it's not about how high you lift this right leg. Hands can come into heart center. Now this left leg is going to get really tired very quickly, so see it through if you can. See if you can slide the foot onto the calf. If that's challenging enough, stay there. For those that can go deeper here, I invite you to do so. And as you root down through that left leg, see if you can find that duality and that lightness. through the arms like branches, focusing on your gaze, your drishti. But if you want that challenge, switching the gaze up towards the ceiling. One more breath. And then bringing the hands back down to heart center. We're going to bring the right knee into the chest, and then we'll step it all the way back for warrior two. Again, if you need to give this left leg a bit of a shake, especially the ankle and calf, and I think get pretty tired, then please do. Bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the lower back, and just reset the pelvis. And then we'll open the arms. Relax the shoulders, flip the left palm up, reach forward, and then take reverse warrior. Feel that rootedness through the feet. Breathe into that front side waist. And then inhale to come up. And as you exhale, coming over to side angle, maybe extending your side angle. Think about keeping the chest open, but the rib cage is drawing into the back line of the body. And then inhale to come all the way up. We'll bring the hands down to frame the left foot, and we'll step back into plank. Exhale, lower all the way down onto the belly. Bring the hands either side of you, and as you inhale, lift everything up. Keep that length through the body as you lift it. It's about how high you go here. It's about the length you can create. And then exhale, hands come down, tuck the toes, and we'll lift for downward facing dog. Big inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. So at this time, we're going to lift our right foot. Again, don't think about how high, just get it off the ground, and we're going to look forward as we come onto our left fingertips. And maybe you stay here, maybe you can start to lift the fingers and maybe even the thumb. And of course, breathe. Focus on that grounding through the points of contact you have with the floor, but keeping light everywhere else. And when you're ready to do so, we're going to make our way to right leg, warrior one, stepping the right foot through. Left heel drops in the side diagonal. Inhale, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Think about anchoring that right hip back. Root the tailbone down, nice strong belly. Maybe you can close your eyes for a moment. Notice that difference, that lightness through the hands, that grounding through the feet. Now as you exhale, hands come down, palms face forward. We'll lean into our right leg, start to firm up through the glute, the hamstring, and then you can begin to lift. Think about dropping that left hip to keep the pelvis in line. And you can keep this right knee as bent as much as you need to. And then slowly coming up for tree pose, bringing the left foot to the inside of the leg. Hands can come into heart center. Again, we're still focusing on the leg we are stabilizing through, so the right leg. Maybe start to deepen into your tree, bringing that leg higher and higher. Whichever version or variation is suitable for yourself. And if your balance is okay here, maybe starting to play around with the arm positioning and your gaze. And notice the sensations here. Notice what you can feel. For me, it's all down in the leg. My upper body feels light, it feels comfortable. My shoulders are relaxed. My breathing is comfortable as well. But my stabilizing leg is on fire. Sit with that. And then bringing your hands back down into heart center. We'll draw the left knee up into the chest before stepping the left foot back for warrior two. Again, one hand to the belly, one hand to the lower back. Reset your pelvis, squeeze into the glutes, arms reach out. We'll flip the right palm up, reach forward, and then reverse your warrior. Sending the weight into the thigh as we open up into the right hand side of the waist. And then inhale to come up, and as you exhale, come over into side angle. And then inhale to come up. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back into plank. Come all the way to the belly, arms come overhead this time, and as you inhale, lift everything. Again, think about the length you can create through the body and the space rather than how high you can get. And then exhale, plant the hands, tuck the toes for downward facing dog. We'll take a nice big inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, big inhale and exhale. I'm just softening the knees. We're going to slowly walk our feet up to the hands. It's one step at a time to find our forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And just close the eyes for a moment. Imagine your feet are setting out roots as they ground you here in place. But find that duality, that lightness coming up through the crown of the head. So that big kind of comparison between heaviness, groundingness, and lightness and lift. Now opening the eyes, we'll transfer our weight into the left leg and we'll start to draw the right knee up. Now a few options this time. We're basically matching up the flows we've done already. Welcome to bring one hand to the knee, one hand to the hip. Or maybe bringing your left hand to your right big toe. That might be enough for you, or you might be able to start to open out. And a few options from here. Should you wish to take the twist again, you can start to reach your right arm in front, or maybe bringing both hands to your leg and staying there. Whether you fold is up to you. Again, you can bring this leg lower. Don't think about the height today. I want you to focus on feel and stability rather than how pretty or deep an asana looks. And then slowly coming up, bringing the hands to heart center. We're going to step our right foot to the back of the mat as we twist to the right, coming into goddess. Ooh, nice click. There's opening into the groin, our adductors, giving them some load as well as a nice stretch. And now sit low and hold. Turn your left foot to the front of the mat. Left elbow will come onto the thigh. Right hand to the hip and come onto your right big toe. Taking a bent leg half moon. It's tough. Squeeze into your glutes. Keep your gaze down to your left big toe. And start to lift the right leg. Again, don't worry about height. Just focus on the leg you are stabilizing from. That lift will come then. One more breath. Then we'll take a nice big step back with our right foot. Right hand is going to come down. And we're going to bring the left hand up. And just leaning into your right hand
and shoulder blades. Now if you have a block, you might want to use it here or a book, because we're going to come into some balancing here and it might make it a bit more accessible. So I'll demonstrate with, but you can do without. We're going to start to walk the hand with the block if you're using one forward. We're going to lean into the left leg and we're going to lift the right. So like our kind of revolved half moon here. Just starting to anchor that left hip back. Again, don't worry about the right leg which you are lifting. Focus on the left leg that is offering you that stability. Last breath. And as you exhale, release the foot, plant the hands to the mat, and we'll step back to downward facing dog. Big inhale. And exhale. And again, big inhale. And exhale. And then as you inhale, lift that left leg up as high as you want to. Draw the belly and rib cage in. We're going to be stepping that left foot through to the hand. Should you wish to hop first, then take a hop. Or maybe switch your legs in the air, landing with your left foot at the top of the mat. And we'll step our right foot back. Inhale. Virabhadrasana 1. Breathe. Take this opportunity of stillness to reset, to regroup, to catch your breath if you're a bit out of breath. And taking a nice big inhale, find that length, start to transfer your weight forward, and as you exhale, making your way into warrior 3. Inhale, step back, lengthen up. Exhale to come forward, warrior 3. And again, inhale. And exhale, hold it there this time. Find your strength, drop the right hip. Hug the belly, the rib cage, the chest, squeeze into the glute for 3, 2, 1, and then come up to the top of the mat. Give the legs a wiggle. One more breath. Now beginning to transfer your weight into the right leg. And beginning to lift the left. Now we'll bring that knee up towards the chest. Again, go as high as you feel comfortable. With the option to open out into a twist to the left with hand to knee, or hand to the big toe. Or maybe taking hand to big toe pose. Wherever you are, breathe. Don't worry about how perfect the pose looks. Think about the stability. Think about trying to make the leg you've lifted as light as possible, and the leg you're standing on as rooted and grounded as possible. One more breath. And then slowly coming up. We'll step the left foot to the back of the mat, turning into goddess, where we will pulse. Root the tailbone down, and just go up and down. Nice pulse. Now get low, turn the right foot to the front of the mat, right elbow comes onto the thigh, left hand to the hip, and left big toe onto the floor. Look down to your right big toe. See if you can start to lift. Again, don't worry about how high you go, just focus on the leg you are standing on. Last breath. And take a big step back with the left foot, left hand comes down again. You might want to utilize a block, as I will demo again. You can do it perfectly fine without, just see how it feels. Start to open up. Right hand comes up to the ceiling. We're leaning into that left hand and that left shoulder blade. Now if this leg is really on fire, give it a straighten here. Free it up before coming back in. You've still got a little bit more to go. And we'll bring that left hand further forward. See if you can start to bring that weightlessness to the left leg as we take revolved half moon. Again, if you're not using a block, you can have hand to floor, or even float the hand. And that right leg can be as bent as needed to facilitate this if you haven't got props.
And then as you exhale, hands come down and we'll step back to downward dog. Big inhale. And exhale. And then as you inhale, right leg comes up. Again, as I demonstrated on the other side, you can hop and switch the legs in the air, or you can simply step the foot through, or any other transition you work with is cool. Drop the left heel in, lunge into your right thigh, inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, slow it down now. Let the heart rate slow, your breathing rate slow, your mind, let everything go. Now starting to transfer the weight into your right leg, we'll reach forward, lifting the left, finding warrior 3. Inhale, step back, warrior 1. Exhale, come forward. And then inhale, step back. And then exhale, come forward and hold. Breathe. And then slowly come all the way up. Give the legs a shake, close the eyes, relax the shoulders. And just slow everything down. We're going to come into our peak pose in a moment, the dancer, where the legs play the subtle dance of duality. To keep the standing legs strong, we have to have our focus there. So if you need a wall for this next part, please do use one. You can bring one hand to the wall, the other to help with the lift of the leg. If it's new to you, just follow me through and come to a wall if you think it's best suited for yourself. So again, we're going to transfer our weight into our left leg. And we're going to start to pick up the right foot. And you're going to reach back with the right hand to grab. Now if you're finding this is really wobbly, then this is where I'd say come over to a wall or a surface that you can have for stability. So you can take the balance aspect out of it today and just get used to the posture at hand. When you're ready, we're going to start to lengthen our left arm up to the ceiling. Now this might be your peak, this might be enough for you. And if so, I invite you to stay there. Or maybe you can start to reach forward. Now how far you go depends on you. But start to really squeeze into your glute here, as well as the standing leg. And just find that moment where you feel strong and stable. And stay there. We're balancing our entire weight of the body on our left leg, while the other leg kind of comes behind us to lengthen. And just as the muscles perform within the kind of paradigm of antagonist and antagonistic muscles to mobilize a joint, the legs work on a similar kind of synergy. So we can achieve that balance and strength and length in these balanced postures. Last breath. And we'll slowly come out. Same way you came in. Or if you fell, falling is okay. Especially if you fall forward, you know you're really pushing yourself to find that limit. Shake everything out before we come on to the other side. So this time lifting your left foot, clasping hand and foot together. Keep the heart open, right hand up. Again, if you need support, you can use a surface here as I'll demonstrate. So as you begin to fold, you have that balance element taken out of it. Breathe here. It's all give and take. So you might fall, you might have to re-enter the pose multiple times, but that's okay. Before you start to fall, when you feel yourself starting to lose your balance, your strength, your breath, ask yourself, what is it that is failing you? What is it you need to work on more? Remember, it's all give and take. then slowly coming up and giving those legs a good old shake. So before we come down to Shavasana, I'm going to give you these next 20 breaths to play around with any balance posture you should wish to do so. So maybe you want to come back into what we've just done. Maybe you want to try something we haven't done today, such as crow, which requires balancing on the hands, the wrists. If it's new to you, take it easy. Maybe use a pillow in case you fall on your face. There's plenty of other balances, such as inversions. Again, if you have access to a strong wall, you can use that to handstand into. Alternatively, you can handstand in the middle of the room if that's something you're comfortable doing. But again, these next 20 breaths are for you. Any pose, and if you have no desire to balance anymore and you just want to rest, come down onto your back. And once you have finished with your balance, no rush if you are midway upside down. If you have taken an inversion, maybe take child's pose to let everything settle. But when you are ready to do so, coming onto your back into a comfortable position, maybe drawing the knees in first, and having a gentle rock side to side. And then extending the arms out either side of you. With the knees bent to about 90 degrees, feet off the floor. We'll drop both of the legs down to the right and we'll turn our head to the left. Then come back to centre. Drop both knees down to the left and you can turn your head to the right. And then coming back to centre before finding your final resting pose for Shavasana. So making any last minute adjustments, making it as comfortable as possible for yourself. Gently closing the eyes, softening your face. Letting the body just melt into the ground beneath you. Using every exhale as another opportunity now to soften, to release, to let go. Start to notice the heaviness through the points of contact you have with the ground that really do ground and earth you. But that lightness above you. You're in between those two stages of rooting and lightness. You're the center of that duality. And just like you've done today on your mat, see where you can bring that balance and duality to your life. If we never experience the drill of a dark winter, it is very unlikely that we will cherish the warmth of a bright summer's day. In order to complete our amazing life journey successfully, it is vital that we turn each and every dark tear into a pearl of wisdom and find the blessing in every curse. That was said by Anton St. Martin. And with that quote in mind, thinking about how the duality of life is very present and dominant in each and every one of our lives at the moment. It has forced us to adapt, to change, to find new ways to do things, new ways to communicate, new ways to work, new ways to exercise, and new ways to do yoga. And while we may feel very limited within our homes at the moment, we still have the freedom of mind, the freedom of our imagination, of our ability to adapt, to overcome. And just starting to deepen your breath now. Beginning to gently wake your body up, stretching, rolling around your mat, whatever feels good. And when you're ready to do so, rolling onto your side into a comfortable side laying position. And when you are ready to do so, making your way into a comfortable seated or kneeling position. And together we'll bring our hands into heart center. And I just want you all to take a moment to recognize something that you are grateful for. Whatever first comes to mind. Go deep. If it's your coffee, ask yourself, why is it the coffee? Is it the energy it gave you? Is it the taste? Is it the familiarity? If it's a person, ask yourself why. Maybe they made you smile. Maybe they did something really nice for you. Ask yourself why you are grateful for the things you have gratitude for. I'm just wanting to give you a reminder that everything you are doing at this time is enough. You are enough. You have enough. And you do definitely enough. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.